What's up, YouTubers? I spent the last couple of days on the Oregon coast and I made a short video for you. But I wanted to give you this video, and the reason behind the video, you're going to have to wait till the end. I mean, you can fast forward now and listen to the reason why I made the video, or you can watch the little story involved. It won't take very long. So my brother called me the other day and said he wanted to make a trip to Seaside or one part of the Oregon coast just to spend some time at the ocean because he's got to go work an outage next week. And so I said, sure, of course. Why wouldn't I want to go? And so when we got there, it was snowing. There was snow on the ground, and I've actually never seen snow on the beach before. I thought that was pretty cool. So I took a short video of walking out onto the beach, and you can see the peninsula there on the south side. It was very cool. We tried to figure out what we're going to do next, so we was like, let's go on a hike. So we found the Tillamook Trailhead on the map and decided to go in that direction and started up the trail, and there is my brother. He's a stud. He's hardworking, very sensitive to the energies around him, and look him up. He's a badass. Anyway, so we didn't go too far, and the trail started to get pretty muddy. So, after looking at the map, it was going to be a little bit too far to get even a view of the ocean. The trail went in the woods for a long distance, and then it was over a couple of miles to get to where we were going to view the ocean. It was all muddy anyway. So we bagged that idea, decided to go to the south side of the island, to Crescent Beach area, and check that side out. So the view was amazing. Reminded me of the movie Goonies, and sure enough, there was the Goonies sign right next to where I was looking. I didn't realize that Goonies part of the movie was filmed in this part of Oregon. I thought most of it had been filmed in the Astoria area. But yeah, I think this is the ending of Goonies in this area where you see kind of the ship pop out. And, after I sent that message, I got the "Hey, you guys" message from one of my best friends in life in the last couple of years. And before we left this place, we decided to look around a little bit more. And if you look off into the distance, you can see an abandoned lighthouse. I don't know how well you can see it in the picture, but now it's just according to the sign, it's just a bird repository where seabirds have found the island. And I guess maybe that lighthouse doesn't really get used anymore. So after we left this area, we decided to keep heading up the beach to go to Ecola Point Viewpoint. I don't know why they call it a cola point. Maybe people were raising chickens and they decided to start eating fish because they kept getting a cola. I have no idea. Anyway, we went to this area and saw this iconic beach, and I recognized this circled rock from, it looks like, the end of the Goonies movie where the boat is coming out of that area. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then after walking down to the beach, noticed how almost every rock was like the perfect skipping rock. Very cool. And yeah, had a wonderful time. There's my bro again walking along the beach with me. And that was pretty much our trip. We relaxed that night and just spent some time by the beach. So, why am I making this video? I guess that's the real question, and that's the reason why he wanted to go to the beach in the first place, right? There's nothing more calming than just sitting at the beach and just listening to the waves roll in towards you over and over and over. It's has a very calming effect on the body, and makes you wonder, why we do certain things at certain times in the first place. In my own experience over the last 3 years, you kind of have to learn to be a creator, and what you're creating is what you're creating for the community. So, what are we creating? What are we creating for each other? There's so much stuff happening in the world right now. The U.S. has just claimed that, we've made a statement where we're going to go take over the Gaza Strip. I think we're at a time where you're going to see a lot of people that are going to try and take ownership of a lot of different things. But, nobody owns the ocean. You might try to own something that is permanent here, but, And you might succeed in a short amount of time, but when you're gone, what was the purpose behind it, right? And the purpose behind me going to the ocean with my brother was just to share it with my brother. And I've shared so many experiences in this life with other people that I've never been able to figure out why we can't figure out a way to share it together without trying to improportionally own it. You know, we all own this place together. So you get in your creative energy, right? There's no reason for me to want more than anybody else. And so, you know, in the last couple of weeks, I've spent about 100 hours on creating an app, and I've built a navigator page so I could view all the different pages I was creating. And here's an example of the login page. It's just an application to where we can make decisions as a group and, you know, give directions in that group and where we want what we want to create as a group. You know, and if we don't want to create anything as a group, then we need to be able to, you know, define what kind of group you want to create. You know, whether it's a recreational group or you know, a building group. Maybe we want to build something together. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to build. The point of the story is that there isn't anything that you guys can't build for yourselves. And with enough effort and determination, you can build anything, even by yourself. And it doesn't matter if anybody else wants to help me with this project or not. I'll keep plugging along. And after a while, you realize that the only thing that ever holds you back is your belief that you can't accomplish that thing. And I think that's really the point of this video, is that, and it's something that I told my brother yesterday on the way home. You know, he was talking about, you know, going back to work and you know, just feeling the need to go back to work. And I realized that, you know, so much of our journey, you know, if you leave your job and you decide you want to do something on your own, that, you know, there's always that feeling of lack, of where you're not going to be supported. But the reality is just our love for one another is the only thing that really matters, and our ability to create with one another. You know, I don't have anything to offer anybody else other than, after a while, all the things that kind of draw your energy into it, whether it's phones or just watching TV or things that just don't serve you, you get less and less interested in. And the only thing that you really want to do is create things for the people that you love. It's a very inspiring experience, and that experience in and of itself is why I'm making this video, right? You can create anything. There isn't anything that you can't create, even by yourself. And you can learn how to do anything. And whether or not people want to help you build something is up to them. And ideally, you want to help someone, and you want to partner with people that don't want, you know, more time in the spotlight, or, you know, they don't do it because they want to, you know, be famous or this or that. And they do it because they just want to share some time on a beach with you when you're not working and when you're not creating together. And maybe they can, you know, we can all profit from being able to share this world instead of trying to own parts of it. Nobody owns the land, whether we realize it or not. So, yeah, that's my story. That's my adventure with my bro. Had a wonderful time, and it was nice just being able to share some time on the beach together. But if you want to support my channel, of course, I'm always open for support. You can find my book online, buy my book if you like it. Or you can, and I'm in the process of finishing a second book, of course, you know, about this whole process of being able to ground out the negative energies. Especially, people will naturally place their fears on you if you're a creator, and the creative process takes time. You have to ground out your own fears of the ability that you have to create, and the ability that you have to heal yourself. Because the last thing that I want is to be able to heal all the people around me, but not being able to teach people how to heal themselves. If we can't heal ourselves, and we're all dependent on somebody else to heal us, then we're basically giving our power over to each other in an unbalanced way, which I don't think any of us want that, which is the purpose behind building the application in the first place. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. And my favorite ocean scene here, I just set my camera up on the ocean and set it there for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then I rolled it. So you can watch that video on my other part of the YouTube channel if you just want some calming listening music in the background, or just some listening sounds, of natural sounds of the ocean. If you pay attention to the video, I think at the 15-minute clip you can see a seagull that had walked in front of the camera, and I think he was a little nervous being in front of the camera, so he took off and flew off. I don't know, maybe there's a spiritual meaning behind it. Love you guys, and keep creating for one another, because that's what we're here to do. And eventually we'll all create a state of being where all the people in the world who are trying to capture this and own too much will end up fighting each other until they're gone. And the rest of us that just want to share this world together and just live in it in peace with one another will be the only ones left, right? Love you guys. Have a beautiful day, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.